to the Myers Talk Show. We've been bringing in historical guests since, well, about 10 minutes ago. Today we have brought in an important guest, an Athenian slave. Well, your name's Giles Grosgraves, right?
Dang straight.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Alex. Alex Myers.
Giles Grosgraves.
So, can you give me a little summary of your life?
Well, pretty much in general, my life sucked. My parents were jerks. They're Athenian royalty. They had me, and they didn't like me, so I left me on a hill to die. When, to my luck, a local renowned grape farmer, Rex Deerwatcher the First, picked me up, and I was lucky because Rex just happened to be fairly wealthy. He owned 10 acres, which was quite a bit of land for their time, my time.
Yeah.
So I had a pretty good life as a slave, but being a slave sucked.
Sounds like a pretty rough childhood, but you know, it all worked out in the end, I can see. So I've heard Athenian slaves were pretty important during the times in ancient Greece. Can you give me some important events in your life, or maybe just in general, as all slaves in Athenian times? Can you give me some important events that happened during that time?
We'll start as Athenian. Well, in general, I didn't really do much besides me and Rex had astonishing grape harvest in 499 BCE. But other than that, Athenian slaves were pretty much the backbone of Athens. We worked as farmers, miners, janitors, even the renowned, well-known slaves were police officers. So we basically helped Athens flourish.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is very interesting. Do you see any achievements or failures during your time as a slave? Huh?
Not really, besides me and Rex's great grape harvest. Other than that, no, my life pretty much sucked.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it sounds pretty tough.
It was.
Glad I'm not living your life.
You should be.
And we're going to take it to a commercial break, and we'll be back with more interesting stuff from Mr. Giles Grosgraves.
I don't always eat grapes. What I do in the fields of Athens. Stay fruity, my friends.
Hello, and welcome back to the Myers Talk Show, where yesterday we were talking to Giles, but we left on a commercial break. We had a little technical difficulties, so we could not come back. So now I had to bring him back in today to finish this interview. How are you doing, Giles?
Good. Just had a pretty bad itch, but I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. I see you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, huh? Tough season.
Yeah, now I'll talk about it, but I do say Adrian Peterson's a beast, man. He's a
Oh,
beast.
I would really have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
So getting back to this interview, if you could change anything, and I mean anything, about your life, what would it be?
Well, in general, I think this is a fairly easy question. Being a slave, man, that's just horrible. I mean, the experience sucked. Eventually I bought my freedom like many Athenian slaves were able to do if you live with the right family, a wealthy family. Yeah, that's not something I like to talk about. Being a slave sucks. So I would have never been a slave.
I mean, I feel like slaves would just be a horrible thing to be. I would never want to be one.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
So, now if you could compare yourself to anybody or any group in history, well, what would it be? Like, who would it be?
I would probably compare myself to an American slave, African-American slave, in early America. I mean, we were all slaves. We both had to work for our living, worked under a master. But in general, we had an easier life. We could buy our freedom, get out, and my life as a slave wasn't horrible, but still being a slave sucks.
Well, that concludes our interview, and I really want to thank you for the time that you have put in to come here.
Thanks
I know
for having me.
It took a couple days, and it's kind of hard to get you here.
Time travel, man.
But I mean, it's been a pleasure, Giles.
Yeah.
And learning about your life is just great. And I'd really like to hope the best for your future. And thank you.
Thank you.
You have a nice day.
You too.